Hello everybody, just put a couple of little videos together here. I'm not overly impressed with YouTube at all, just the way that they treat me. They abuse me every day, taking videos off. It's supposed to be a business, but they've taken all opportunities of that away, and you're not allowed to have your own opinion or see what people like. And you know, they're just taking my videos off all the time. They just abuse me every single day. I don't get any other problems on BitChute or Rumble or Odyssey, just here. But I am trying. I'm also struggling a little bit because obviously I miss Mickey so much, and every day doesn't get easier, it just gets worse because it's another day without him, and it just feels like he died ages ago, to be honest. So I am grieving, and on top of that I've got YouTube hammering and abusing me, so you can see why I'm not that bothered about coming on to YouTube. But I make videos for all my channels, so I'm just putting this out, and anybody listening can hear how disgruntled I am with YouTube, and when are people going to wake up and realise that we're not really learning anything there or whatever, because they stop anything. They don't like anything. They have an agenda, and you've got to fit into their agenda, otherwise they destroy you. And that's kind of what they've done to both my channels, the Unscrambled Channel and here. You know, I've been viral. It's okay that I'm not, but what they've done is disgusting because it's below underhand. You don't even know it's happening. You just realise your channel's dropping off, or they're just rejecting all the videos, but you don't see it. They don't say, right, well, I don't want them to either, but you don't realise it's happening to you. Everything is underhand. And I watched a video with this guy. He saw this girl. She only put a few videos out, but all her views were like millions. And then they were looking at other people's videos, and they looked at the MTML, and they could see that on some places it was restricted. So in the it's how they do it to your channel. They do it behind the scenes, so you don't even know it's going on. And it's pathetic, because we're all waking up, whether we come to YouTube or not. And a lot of people have moved on to other channels now because YouTube is just barbaric. It's not YouTube, is it? It's their tube. But anyway, let's just carry on and see what happens with this video, because you never know you're doing anything wrong until 6 months or a year later they delete it or give you a strike. Most of the time. I don't think I've gone against anything really. Maybe they don't like it when I say that person's that person, you know, the actors, but that's not my fault. And YouTube should put in the proper software to catch all the deep fakes, but they don't. So, you know, they run Google, and when you look up Google history, it'll say this, 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 this and this. They don't care what we're looking at and what we're taking in. But when you make a video about it, oh my God, the heavens drop down. Even though they know they're lying to us and they don't put the proper software in. It's all crazy stuff. But anyway, let's carry on with this video. I just thought these little videos were a little bit interesting, so let's carry on.
Ancient alchemy, red mercury, gold, garlic, and a mirror, so let's talk about it. Red mercury and gold isn't the key element behind the ancient technology of these advanced architecture. As we can see here, red mercury is repelled by garlic and attracted by gold magnetically. When a mirror is placed beside it, colorless in the mirror, it has no reflection. It gives off free energy, overheats the metals that it comes in contact with. Many electronic valve devices have RM ampules found in the throat of the ancient Egyptian mummies, so it has healing prosperities. It has health benefits. Is it vampire blood? Well, no, it's red mercury. The whole vampire blood repelled by garlic and them having no reflection makes a little bit more sense now. So we know these ancients used red mercury, gold, copper, and iron. So if we have copper and iron in our blood, is it possible that these controllers have red mercury or some blood magic with alchemy? It has many uses and generates a power field on its own. It could have been used to power the ether, plasma devices, generators, power sources, frequency boosters. But let's talk a little bit more about how it's extracted.
Well, I don't know what you made of that little video, but please leave your comments below. Also, Alan sent me this picture because obviously I've got Mickey's cats. Look at that, Karen returning from vacation to her house. Oh, that's really sweet. That made me laugh, Alan. Thank you so much. And we're going to carry on now with a video. It's really weird because this is Herts, the Herts. But what is it really saying? In etymology, it says hurt. It's a frequency they're giving out that hurts. Very interesting when you think about this video, but let's just carry on with this video.
It was the Rockefeller Foundation in 1939 that instituted the world's standard tuning. The Western world tunes to A440 Hertz frequency. When you tune your instrument to that, the F-sharp note is 741. Precisely. Not 7.41.1 or 0.2, it's 741. Which meant that there was a clear, scientifically researched intent. The 741 A440 link came out of military research in the 1930s to induce psychosocial stress and dis-ease to the max. It was selected that A440 would be the standard tuning for the Western world. In fact, quote, mass hysteria, end quote, could be induced by instituting that frequency.
We're finishing off on this little video. A reset. What do you call a reset? This person's saying it's that they're taking your property. Very interesting again. They are stealing your property. That is what a reset is about. So that you own nothing and you rent everything. So I wondered what you thought of this little video. Anyway, it's been, I just saw these little videos and thought that, I'd make them into one video and then we could, just you could watch them. What's your thoughts to these little videos? Obviously, thank you to everybody that made them. Some of them are on TikTok. Very interesting, this last little video. So please leave your comments below.
They refer to this whole operation as the Great Reset. And so I'm also someone who studies law as well as finance, and I happen to have Black's Law Dictionary in my library. So I looked up, and someone suggested this to me, so it wasn't just my idea, but I looked up the word reset, and it describes a theft, a transfer of ownership against property owners' rights. So in other words, if the plan is that you'll own nothing and rent everything, then that means that everything you own now will have to be transferred to someone else's ownership. And since reset means a great theft, essentially somebody is going to steal everything that we own. And that's what the reset is about, and that's why we're going to have to rent it. And that might be what we agree to cancel all our debt. They refer.
I have to say, I have not put anything out for a couple of days. And still not that many people have watched even that video to find out what's going on. I might talk a load of rubbish and nobody's interested. Or YouTube are just killing me off so that no one sees the channel. But come on, subs. Unless you've got to save this channel, because I'm just slowly, seriously losing interest. I spent all the time with Mickey making videos. And even after he died, even with the bereavement, I still carried on making videos. And it's just not enough people to be doing this work every day if you're not interested. Because I can do other things in my life. Rather than spending hours of my life making videos for a channel that doesn't care or doesn't want me. You've got to, you don't have to do anything. You can just do what you want, just see who you want, whatever. But there are videos where channels are showing actors as other actors, thousands of views, but for some reason they've nearly killed my channel off. It's disgusting. They call this a business, but then why are YouTube trying to kill it off all the time? But anyway, that's the way it is. I've explained I'm not that bothered about making videos anymore. What am I making them for if nobody's looking at them or going to talk back to me or even have an opinion? That's the whole point of this channel, was to have opinions. Talk about things. I might just leave your messages up, but it's all about opinions. It's quite, it's been quite difficult this last few months. I'm not that interested with Mickey gone. You know, my partner in crime is not helping me. But let's carry on, because I made a video for today. But I'd rather put it on BitChute. Don't get any problems on BitChute. The nicest channel of all three is BitChute for me right now. Anyway, let's carry on. This program came on yesterday, and basically I just did not know that the buffalo was nearly extinct. So it's also called a bison, but one of them has a hump and the other one doesn't. But I didn't know that, say, the 1800s, we're going to have a look in a minute, they were about, well, millions of them. And by 1890, the stock of them had gone down to about 500 because they'd killed them all. One year it said they killed 30 million of them. And then what it is they made this, and anybody looking thinks that this is for the Indian and the buffalo, but it wasn't. This is all about them changing their lives, and it's not about saving them. It's not about appreciating them. It just so happens they thought it was a good idea to put them on the coins instead, when they nearly completely obliterated the whole species. When you go to look it up here, it says that this was left, but they had actually basically killed 3 million. It was less than, this is what it's saying, but anyway, later on it says something different, so we'll just look at the rest of it. And then, why did the buffalo almost go extinct? Because they killed it. They rounded them up and killed them. How many buffalo were left? So here, so this one says 1883. This one says by 1889, there was only 256 buffalo in captivity. 200 were protected by the United Government, and that was it. There was just like maybe 500 in Canada and Northern Territories where the buffalo was left. See, it calls them bison, but buffalo. So it's a bit hard really, because a buffalo or bison, but anyway. And then it said, what happened? The decline of the buffalo. The size of the herds was affected. Disease, fires, climate, competition, horses, the market, and other factors. Yes, that's right. In this program last night, they said in the original days, they thought by having the bison, they'd saved its life. But what it is when you save animals' lives, you have to give them the environment they want. And bison need to roam. So this is, they're saying, another reason why, because there was no, the fires often slept through the grasslands. There wasn't, you know, they did not have the land that they needed to roam on. But again, near extinction there by, they're saying those things, but it wasn't. It was humans basically had killed them off. And then, how many buffalo remained? So that says 1,000. It says 500, but there was this. And then by the 1890s, they'd killed them all. Wow. Nearly to extinction. There you go. They also, the Indians take them for their hide and other things. How long did it... So in the 16th century, I reckon there was 25 to 30 million buffalo. And here it says, by the 1880s, there was fewer than 100. Do you see what I mean? Like, the figures change all the time. I hope you're seeing that. But, are they the same thing? Well, one has a hump and one doesn't. So it was 60 million, so the figures just keep changing, and then it was down to like such a small amount. And this is probably why they made the zoos, to protect, well, supposedly protect them. So 30 million buffalo was slaughtered. See, it's not disease and the other things, it's slaughtered, this one. It was nearly exterminated. I mean, I didn't realise that. That was the biggest buffalo, they reckoned. And then there's more questions, but obviously you can look them up yourself. So, why are the American not buffalo? There you go, there's the hump. Sorry, it was that one. There you go. They were just hunted to near extinction. And then I'm going to show you something else in a minute. 60, it's just different figures. No one says the same thing. So they're saying that's the disease they have. And what do you call a male bison? A bull. And you go. Yeah, there you go. Female one is called a cow, and a baby one is called a buffalo baby. And then I think that's all I've taken from there. But there was another one right at the top. Here, where is it? Once nearly extinct bison and now climate heroes, the Washington Post. But man did it. We did it. So this program last night said that he started off by killing hundreds of buffaloes. And then when they were nearly extinct, he decided to put them into fairs and things. And do the opposite of what he was doing when he was killing them. I didn't know that either. So I'm just going to look at a few pictures of Buffalo Bill. In some ways, he's like an American hero now, isn't he? But really, he was killing all the buffaloes, and then he turned it into saving them at the very end when they were near extinction. And it probably is this guy here. Let me just go over to this guy here. There's a picture of him with an Indian just here. And if it's this Indian, basically this guy lived, an American and an Indian, he lived with both to try and get through it, make money, the whole thing. But I had no idea that he was killing them and then he was showing them off once they were trying to save them, sort of. That's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, what's your thoughts to all that?